Welcome to Live Interactive English. Hello, I am Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And today we are back in the Basque Country. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it warm? Isn't it lovely? Can you see the mountains over there and the ocean over here? And weren't those pinchos we had for lunch? Oh, so good. We're using our imagination. We're not in the Basque Country. We're here with you guys, but we would all love to be there, especially enjoying those pinchos. I've been thinking about them.
Yes, that is like little tiny dishes, many different dishes that you might get at like a bar or somewhere more local.
Wonderful.
So not like what you might have at one of the 40 Michelin star restaurants in the Basque Country.
Yeah, I wonder if they do pinchos in the Michelin. Usually it's a bit more formal, and pinchos, that kind of style, is a bit more casual. But maybe a one-star pinchos restaurant. Are you a fan of the whole? You're not really a fan of the whole Michelin. No. You would rather just have a good solid meal.
Yeah. I could skip a lot of that because I have tried it once. There was a very famous restaurant that was on like the chef's table and it was featured in there. And anyway, yes, and it was in Thailand, and it was this kind of gastronomy style food. So every dish that you get is something just very little, and sometimes it's just foam and bubbles, and I didn't know what I was eating, but by the end of it I was still hungry, and I spent a lot of money. So I was like, I don't think I'll do that again.
That's disappointing. You're gonna have to tell me the restaurant afterwards. I won't go there. I've been to a few of those. Some of friends and I, maybe once or twice a year, we save up our money and go and have a really good meal. You're right, it is a bit different. If you just want food to kind of fill up on, it might be disappointing, and then the price will make you angry, possibly. But it can also be enjoyable. I like it because the way they make new flavors by combining things. So you'll see the menu and go, I don't even know what these foods are. And then you try them, and it really, your brain goes, I've never tasted anything like this before in my life. So it's kind of interesting, but you're right. It can also be just a good way to throw away a lot of money on just kind of an average meal. So pick them carefully, read the reviews. If you have a friend who recommends a place and that friend is, you trust them, check it out. Or maybe if you're on holiday in the Basque Country, one special dinner in one special place could create special memories. Let's check out more about the Basque Country because we have so much more than gastronomy. We haven't even gone to the Guggenheim yet. Let's go there. Bilbao, the Basque Country's largest city, is known internationally for its unique architecture. An afternoon wandering through the city reveals everything from narrow historic streets to amazing Art Deco buildings to a futuristic metro system. But its most famous structure is the Guggenheim Museum Bilbao, which exhibits modern art from across Europe. Designed by the highly regarded architect Frank Gehry, the building is an intriguing mix of glass, stone, and metal plates.
Okay, so today is day 2 of the Basque Country. So we are going to look at, we talked about the gastronomy side, and I think now we're going to probably get into the Guggenheim side.
Okay.
Yes, so let's see. So it says, Bilbao, the Basque Country's largest city, is known internationally for its unique architecture.
Very, very cool. Not too dissimilar from Barcelona, which of course is in basically the same northern region of Spain. Beautiful, strange, unusual, but amazing buildings. So check out Bilbao. What would you see? It says an afternoon wandering through the city reveals everything from narrow, historic streets to amazing Art Deco buildings to a futuristic metro system. Those are 3 things I like.
Yes.
I like the narrow medieval streets you find in those old European cities. And of course, Art Deco. Oh, I love Art Deco. Think of the Chrysler Building in America, in New York City. Very Art Deco. Everything's very sleek and smooth from like the 1920s, that kind of period. And a futuristic subway system sounds great. I would be very happy wandering around there for hours.
Yes, and so we have this word wander. And wander, I think, is a great word. It's a word that you can use instead of just saying you're going to walk around. Because wandering is you are walking around without really any purpose of where you're going. So, for example, if you're like, oh, I have the afternoon and I'm in Taipei City and I've never been here before, so I'm just going to wander around. I don't really mind where I end up, but I just want to see what I can see. So you kind of get to walk and journey without having an actual end place in mind. And so we have this example sentence, she enjoyed wandering through the park, which is a great place to wander and look at and listen to all the things that you might see in a park.
There you go. Spend a few minutes or even hours relaxing while walking and checking stuff out. And who knows, when you wander around, what will be revealed to you. To reveal something is to show something that was never seen before or was hidden before, or maybe you just didn't know about it before. Here's a one about magicians. Magicians never reveal how they do their tricks, except on that TV show where they reveal how they do their tricks.
Yes. So that guy he was like going against magician's code.
They all hate him. As a magician, you should not reveal your tricks.
Yes.
This is true.
And then we also had this word historic. And so historic, as you can kind of tell, it comes from the word history. So if something is historic, it is from a long time ago, or it is something that is very important to the history of a country. And so if you're seeing historic buildings, they have some kind of significance. And usually they are older, but I guess they don't have to always be super old. They can just be very important to that area or those people. And so we have the example sentence, the museum has many historic items. So obviously a museum has many items from the past and things that are important. So probably all the items in a museum are historic items.
Yeah, generally, I would say
so.
That's why they're in a museum.
Yes.
All right, back to Bilbao, but that's Bilbao, but its most famous structure is the Guggenheim Museum Bilbao, which exhibits modern art from across Europe. I like saying the word Guggenheim. Just feels good. Guggenheim. Yes. Say it, everyone. Guggenheim. Well done, Guggenheim. Yes, so they have a Guggenheim Museum in New York. This was famously in the Men in Black movie. I think Will Smith was chasing an alien around the Guggenheim Museum in New York, and they built another one in Bilbao with wonderful architecture and also beautiful art and many great exhibits to check out. So you can kind of check out the building or the art or both, but definitely worth your while.
Yes, and we have this word exhibit. An exhibit can be used in kind of two different ways. You can use it as the verb, meaning to show, or to, for example, in museums, a lot of times they're exhibits as the noun, meaning they're like Egyptian exhibit, for example. It will travel around to different museums. And so you can say, okay, right now this museum is exhibiting these items that are from a different museum that they might be borrowing. So exhibit as the verb is to kind of show that item and let everybody come to see it. And then again, exhibit as a noun would just be the actual item itself. And so here we have our example sentence using it as the verb. It says, Gary loves to exhibit his strength when he is at the gym. So here it is showing this thing, showing off this thing. So in this case, showing his strength at the gym.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and so then if we keep reading, it says, designed by the highly regarded architect Frank Gehry, the building is an intriguing mix of glass, stone, and metal plates.
It is a very strange and unusual but beautiful building, as I'm sure you can see. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天课文介绍了巴斯克地区的基本概况，还有它的美食。接着来到这个地区最大城市毕尔包，那它以独特的建筑风格而闻名。花一个下午在城里漫步，你就可以看到所有事物，从这个狭窄历史悠久的街道，到令人惊艳的装饰派艺术建筑，然后再到未来派的地铁系统都看得到。那么最著名的建筑是毕尔包古根汉美术馆，这个馆呢有展览欧洲各地的现代艺术。我们来看单字 wander 当动词，它表示漫步、闲逛。那么 reveal 这个动词表示展现、显露或是显示。historic 则是形容具有历史意义的、历史上著名的。那么 exhibit 在这边当动词，它表示展出、展览或是公开展示。Mike 老师刚刚提到说，他很喜爱欧洲的中世纪狭窄街道。那老师用到一个形容词 medieval 或是念作 medieval， 它是拼作 medieval， 那是形容中世纪的中古时期的。在讲到装饰派艺术建筑时，老师则用到 sleek 这个形容词 sleek，sleek 可以形容线条流畅的，外形是流畅雅致的。介华课文中。
As a hub of art and culture, the city also plays host to Bilbao Basque Fest, which celebrates Basque culture during the week of Easter. Each year, traditional dancing, food, and folk music, as well as sporting competitions like stone lifting, are always part of the fun. Sports fans will also appreciate Bilbao's famous soccer team, Athletic Club, which plays at the state-of-the-art San Mamés Stadium. With its distinct language and culture, the Basque Country is truly one of the most unique places in Europe. Bilbao perfectly demonstrates the region's rich past and exciting present through its sports, architecture, events, and food. So whether you fancy eating a Michelin-starred meal or watching a game of soccer, Bilbao and the Basque Country might be the place for you.
Okay, welcome back. So we are going to jump right back in and find out more about this Guggenheim Museum that is in Bilbao. So it says, as a hub of art and culture, the city also plays host to Bilbao Basque Fest, which celebrates Basque culture during the week of Easter.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't have to do with the Guggenheim.
Well, that's okay. It has to do with Easter and culture. So a good
yes.
time to go there would be Easter. Remember, Easter is one of those holidays that moves around the calendar. Usually it's March-ish, late March, April, that type of year, that type of time of the year. But you would want to check when exactly this Basque Fest begins. But if you do manage to get there at the right time, you will have a fantastic time. Each year, it says, for Basque Fest, traditional dancing, food, and folk music, as well as sporting competitions like stone lifting, are always part of the fun. Very, very cool. So like any good cultural festival, there'll be music, there'll be dancing, there'll be lots of great food. They will also have sporting competitions of strength. So they might have other competitions too, who knows? But a competition is basically a game. It's when people are playing against each other in some kind of game or some kind of activity. At the end, you'll have a winner. You might win a prize or a trophy or something like that. It could be anything from the Olympics or the World Series of Baseball. That's, of course, a big professional competition where very talented athletes will go. Or it could be a speech contest or a singing contest at your school where at the end you win, I don't know, $500 NT and a pat on the back from your teacher. As long as you're playing against others, and then at the end there's going to be a winner and non-winners. That is a competition of some kind. Here's an example sentence. Kim entered a swimming competition, but she didn't win.
Too bad.
Okay. Well, she didn't drown.
Well, okay.
So she did kind of win.
Yeah, that counts as
winning. But she didn't take home a medal.
Yes.
But next time.
And so then also more things that Bilbao, this city, offers is something for sports fans.
Oh, yeah,
so sports fans will also appreciate Bilbao's famous soccer team, Athletic Club, which plays at the state-of-the-art San Mamés Stadium.
Wow, of course, it's Spain.
Yes.
They have soccer. They're really good at soccer. It's Atletico Bilbao. I don't think you'd get much help if you're saying, I'd like to see a game by Athletic Club. They're called Atletico Bilbao. That's the Spanish name, I guess.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And they play at a stadium. So a stadium is a gigantic building that is usually used for sporting events. I think sometimes singers and bands and things might play at stadiums, but in general, they're a huge area of land with a place to play in the middle and places for people to sit all around to watch what is happening. And in this case, it's a soccer stadium or football stadium, as they call it in Europe. And so it says the huge stadium was filled with fans, which is very common. If you're going to see a sporting event, you're going to have lots of fans.
Absolutely. These are usually the biggest buildings for sports. The smaller one we might call an arena, A-R-E-N-A. Often basketball would be an arena, but football, baseball in a stadium. So it's basically the same thing. With its distinct language and culture, the Basque Country is truly one of the most unique places in Europe. They have a language that comes from we don't know where. That's pretty unique. Bilbao perfectly demonstrates the region's rich past and exciting present through its sports, architecture, events, and food. Lots of good stuff to check out, no matter what you're interested in.
Yes. So whether you fancy eating a Michelin-starred meal or watching a game of soccer, Bilbao and the Basque Country might be the place for you.
I'm gone. I'm not even here. You see me here, but really I'm on my way to the airport.
He's already gone.
Exactly right. But I do have time for our what do you think question.
Yes.
Would you ever like to visit the Basque Country? Why or why not?
I'll let you do the yes, so I'm gonna do the no.
Oh, I was gonna do the no.
Oh, okay, you do the no. I say, yes, I would. I think it sounds great. I do think it sounds really great. I'd love to see the Guggenheim that they have there. I would try a couple of restaurants, but I would be definitely more interested in the pinchos and get some of the tapas at the tapa style food.
That would be good. Yeah. Well, nope, I wouldn't. I don't really like food or culture or good times or interesting things. I'm a very boring person, so I think I'll just stay here and look at a wall.
Okay, that's cheaper, I think.
Definitely cheaper, definitely cheaper. All right, guys, we'll see you in the Basque Country sometime soon, hopefully. If not, we'll see you back here even sooner. Take care of yourselves and good luck. Bye.
Bye.
毕尔包是艺术和文化的中心，那这座城市有主办毕尔包巴斯克节，在复活节的那一周来颂扬巴斯克文化，那就有包括传统舞蹈啊、美食啊、民俗音乐，还有举大石等等的运动比赛。那运动球迷也会欣赏到毕尔包著名的足球队竞技俱乐部，这支球队在最先进的圣马梅斯球场来踢球。好，那我们来看单字 competition， 它表示比赛、竞赛或是竞争，那么 sporting competition 就可以表示运动比赛。Mike 老师在讲这个单字时，他用到 trophy 这个名词 ，trophy，trophy 可以指奖杯、讲座或是战利品。下一个单字 stadium， 它表示球场或是体育场。那我们补充一下 arena 这个字 ，arena，arena 可以指体育比赛或表演用的那种竞技场、体育场。好，课文最后提到，由于独特的语言和文化，巴斯克地区确实是欧洲最独特的地方之一。无论你想吃米其林星级的餐点，或者是想要看场足球比赛，毕尔包和巴斯克地区可能就是最适合你的地方喽。那这边有3个重点，我们要进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 play host to 加上名词，可以表达主办什么活动。那么名词 host 在这边就是指活动的主办单位啊、城市或是组织等等。这个片语其实就跟 host 当动词的意思相同。举例来说 ，The town will play host to a music festival in September。也可以说 The town will host a music festival in September。那个城镇将于9月举办音乐节。第二重点是 with 名词逗号主词加动词，可以表达由于怎么样，有了什么什么。那么 with 加名词是用来表达条件或是原因，像是 with practice you'll get the hang of it soon。透过练习，有了练习，你很快就会上手了。第3个重点是 whether A or B 逗号主词加动词，这表示无论 A 或 B 怎么样怎么样。那么 whether 点点点 or 点点点在这边是引导副词子句，连接2个或2个以上的选择，表示不管是什么还是什么。像 whether you are an amateur or a pro, you're welcome to join us。无论是业余人士或是专业人士，都欢迎您加入我们。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Bilbao,
the Basque Country's largest city, is known internationally for its unique architecture. An afternoon wandering through the city reveals everything from narrow, historic streets to amazing Art Deco buildings to a futuristic metro system. But its most famous structure is the Guggenheim Museum Bilbao, which exhibits modern art from across Europe. Designed by the highly regarded architect Frank Gehry, the building is an intriguing mix of glass, stone, and metal plates. As a hub of art and culture, the city also plays host to Bilbao Basque Fest, which celebrates Basque culture during the week of Easter. Each year, traditional dancing, food, and folk music, as well as sporting competitions like stone lifting, are always part of the fun. Sports fans will also appreciate Bilbao's famous soccer team, Athletic Club, which plays at the state-of-the-art San Mamés Stadium. With its distinct language and culture, the Basque Country is truly one of the most unique places in Europe. Bilbao perfectly demonstrates the region's rich past and exciting present through its sports, architecture, events, and food. So whether you fancy eating a Michelin-starred meal or watching a game of soccer, Bilbao and the Basque Country might be the place for you.
Hello everybody, today we are taking a look at the Weiwuying Metropolitan Park. So you might wonder, what kind of park is that? A metropolitan park? When we talk about a metropolitan or a metropolis, we are talking about a big city. In fact, it comes from Greek in two words put together, meaning metro meaning mother and polis meaning city. So it's like mother city or a big city. So why don't we go and take a look at what Weiwuying Metropolitan Park has to offer. The Weiwuying Metropolitan Park is a big park. This park was a military base in the past. The park is full of many pretty trees, flowers, and lakes. Three military buildings have actually been kept in the park. The view at the water tower is very beautiful. It's a place where families can play together in the playground. While you're there, don't forget to see the public art displays in the park. The Weiwuying Metropolitan Park is a great place to experience the beauty of nature. This really sounds like a wonderful place to go and relax. And it's interesting that it used to be a military base because that sounds so cold and hard. And now it is so beautiful, warm, and welcoming. So thanks for watching.